wrote this poem, Red Menace, because I grew up during the 1960s as a child, and I remember my father, who was a decorated hero in World War II, was asked to sign Joseph McCarthy's loyalty oath. And he was so offended by this because he was the ultimate patriot that he punched the guy in the nose who asked him to sign the loyalty oath, and he lost his job at the Oldsmobile factory in Lansing, Michigan. Our family suffered a lot of prejudice because my grandfather was Belarus, and we had a funny last name. In fact, it's one of the rarest last names in the world. But because we were put on communist lists in elementary school, junior high school, and high school, I thought my family was isolated, and I felt isolated from other people. I also felt alienated from most of America. And so to try to mend this or try to understand this, I wrote this poem, Red Menace, for my family. Now I know why teachers refused to pronounce my name. They knew. In their very simplest syllables, they knew. Jones, Pierce, Drew, Russian rides roughshod, a Tartar horseman across the tongue, dances tranced as the bear, Siberian shamans become. Too many consonants befuddle, breed fear in the ear of the English-speaking host. Even our alphabet's a schism, intoned by Orthodox priests with long white beards, half pagan, signing their backward cross. It's in our blood, high cheekbones, unbobbed noses, the only ones in our small Midwest town, little Ruskies. Teachers and classmates called us commies for a joke. So I learned, wait till we take over the world. For that, I was deported to the empty hall or the principal with shaved eyebrows. What was a commie to me? A bear painted red, sickle on his forehead, missiles pointed at America's vulnerable heart, where I too lived. My father farmed like the Germans who surrounded us, like the Swedes down the road, and the English who owned most of those flat Michigan fields. Foreigner, half wild, they said, when down the runaway road, my father ran after our mad bull Ike, then grabbed the lead rope. With a punch solid between the bellowing eyes, Dad stunned Ike docile, just what they feared. When they painted red commie bastard on my father's machines, it hurt us all. An Air Corps hero in both theaters of the Second World War, this man who refused to sign McCarthy's loyalty oath taught us to salute the flag. In school, they tried, I give them that, to take the Russian out of my head. But my cheekbones knew, and my tongue's Cyrillic rhythms, and my heart with its rebellious beat. Movies were the final straw, films clicking like locusts through the afternoon doze of history class, listing the dangers of becoming a Red. Your family would be stoned, your father locked up, your mother sent to die in a psychiatric ward. Every time, the children were shamed. At the sorry end of the show, commie kids stood alone, orphaned, with a star-spangled banner snapping over their heads. I was no Red, no commie, but I loved borscht Tolstoy, and the Bolshoi Ballet, adored the Slavic way Grandma rolled her R's, her Oriental eyes and Indian face. After all these years, it's clear what it was those teachers couldn't name. Not just the consonants, but the roots, the skin drums, feathers hung from the horses' manes, the gypsy gait of the troika over snow, icon candles dripping and thick, the longing for the sky wide above the steps. I forgive them all. They didn't think but to accuse what is oldest in us. I give them back their colonial history and Republican votes, their medium-range words against fear. They will never learn to pronounce our allegiance to what survives, a wilderness of passion, thicker than the veneer of a few hundred years, charging our blood red and free.